Hey everyone, I'm Samuel De Silva from Ali of Nazareth Church, Binder. Welcome back to 8.25 FM, where real life and real faith intersect. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we are diving into something I believe that every single one of us wrestles at one point of time. It's that moment when we try to take control, map everything out, follow our timeline, and then God steps in. And what happens next? Our plans shift. Our paths change, and we come to face the truth that it's not my way, but the higher way. 4 truths, 1 higher way. Are you ready? Let's go. Part 1, the struggle of my way. Let's be honest, most of us are planners. We've got 5-year plans, we have got Pinterest boards, we have got vision journals, we have got reminders that even say grind mode. We say things like, by 25, I want to be married. By next year, I'll have my dream job. By December, I'll launch that business. And what do? We hustle, we pray, we declare, we put in the work. But when life doesn't follow our script, we are left with disappointment, with confusion, and sometimes even anger towards God. You might be in that space right now where you're asking, God, why didn't you let it happen? I prayed, I worked, I believed. But let's pause here, because this is the moment where we remember something powerful. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8 to 9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." That verse hits different when you're holding the pieces of a plan that didn't come together. But there's a deeper truth. God isn't limited by what you see. He sees ahead. He sees behind. He sees beneath. Where we see a door, He sees a foundation. Where we see a delay, He sees development. And where we see an end, He sees a beginning. Part 2, when my way fails. Can I be real with you? There were seasons in my life where I was convinced that I knew the right path. I chased things, hard relationships, opportunities, and even ministry ideas. Yes, me. And when it didn't work out, I felt like a failure. Like something was wrong with me. But looking back, I realized that God wasn't rejecting me, He was redirecting me. Sometimes the thing that breaks your heart actually saved your soul. Maybe that person walking away gave you space to grow. Maybe that job you didn't get saved your peace. Maybe the silence was God protecting you from the noise that would have drowned His voice. I want you to hear this. God's delays are not His denials. They are His divine recalibrations. He doesn't waste detours. He doesn't make mistakes. He's not in heaven playing trial or error with your life. He's orchestrating a higher way. One that builds character before surrendering. One that calls you to surrender everything before success. Part 3. Faith reframes everything. Now, faith doesn't mean that we just smile through pain like nothing's happening. Faith means we lean in even when it hurts. That's the difference. What is it? Why is this happening? Versus what is God doing through this? I've lost control. Versus God, you're still in control. Faith is like that GPS recalculating moment. You might have missed a turn or life threw you a detour, but God still gets you to the destination. The route just looks a bit different than you expected. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Not in some things, all things. The heartbreak, the closed doors, the awkward in-betweens, it's all part of the higher way. And faith lets you breathe in the middle of uncertainty. It says, I don't get it right now, but I trust the one who does. So take a second, breathe. Where in your life have you been frustrated that didn't work out your way? And now ask yourself, could God be protecting me? Could He be preparing me? Could there be a higher way that I just can't see yet? Part 4, living the higher way. All right, now let's bring this home. What does it look like to live the higher way? It's not about being okay with disappointment. It's about surrendering with trust. It's praying, not my will, but yours be done. It's worshipping even when waiting feels like silence. It's loving people without needing something back. It's obeying even when the road ahead isn't fully clear. That's not weakness, that's spiritual maturity. The higher way may cost you comfort, but it always leads to calling. It might not look successful to everyone else, but if it's God-led, it's already victorious. Let me leave you with this. If you're in a season where your plans are falling apart, that doesn't mean you are. You're not off track. You're being rerouted. Not backward, but upward. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Thank you for tuning in into 8.25 FM. Remember this. You may have had it your way, but God always has the higher way. And His way is greater. It's deeper. And it's full of purpose. So stay anchored, stay surrendered, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, walk by faith, not by sight. Peace, grace, and family. See you around. Hey everyone, Samuel.
Start again, no? You finish on first try.
Hey everyone, Samuel De Silva on this side. Welcome back to 8.25 FM. Why am I missing this? And it's getting heavier. At one point of time, wrestles.
Start from today. अभी scroll नहीं करूँ. Scroll नहीं करूँ मैं. Should I not scroll, or do you want me to scroll?
बंद करूँ कि चालू रखूँ?
I'm so glad you're here today. Now we're going to dive in. Why am I saying why here today?
Okay.
Wrestles at one point of time in time. Let's start again.